short-term rental market is more competitive than ever. That means that standing out isn't just nice, it is essential. But I'm going to show you how to fine-tune your listing and get more bookings. Hi, my name is Garrett Brown and I'm a short-term rental investor and the biggerpockets short-term rental expert, here to talk about how quickly the STR landscape is evolving in 2025 and how you can keep up. So we're going to start small and get to the more intricate things as we make our way through the video. Strategy number one is standing out compared to your competition. Your listing may not be getting as many bookings right now as before, but I guarantee you there's another listing at the top of your market that is, and there's probably a few reasons why that you might be able to compete with them. Now, if they have a stunning view or some really unique property that you can't compete with, that's okay, because there are other techniques that you can add to your property that will almost get you to the top of that market, even if you're just one level below them. Get on AirDNA, type your address in, and see what the listings are in your general area. Do a deep dive into their Airbnb listings and see what sticks out on theirs compared to yours. Do they have a hot tub? Do they have a cowboy pool? Do they have a sauna? Do they have better photos? Are they in a better location? Be brutally honest with your listing and send out a few of your competitors' listings to friends and ask their opinion on what stands out there for them. Guests are not Airbnb hosts most of the time, so when they're scrolling, there's certain things that are going to stick out to them. Are most of the listings in your market pet friendly? You're probably going to need to be pet friendly to keep up, or hit another one of Airbnb's filters that are very important, like having a pack and play, or a washer and dryer, or kitchen utensils. These are things that people commonly search on Airbnb, and they continuously make listings perform better. If you can't compete with amenities, view, property, or even location, you still might be able to compete in hospitality. Can you offer more kitchen utensils than another place? Can you highlight the outdoor space that you may have available? Can you have name brand linens on your bed that you're able to advertise in your listing? Let's take it a step further, and you can drop your listing below in the comments, and we'll check it out and give you some constructive feedback on how you can possibly prove it from the eyes of people that are not emotionally attached to the property. Strategy number two is how to optimize your listing. Your listing is the first impression, so you need to make it count. Airbnb is an interest-based algorithm, so if people are not clicking on your property as they're scrolling, Airbnb is going to take that your property is not interesting enough to push higher in their algorithm. There are a few ways to combat that. This is 2025, and there's absolutely no reason you should be taking iPhone photos of your beautiful short-term rental and thinking that you're going to be able to compete. Hire a professional photographer, hopefully one that has short-term rental experience. It is way different than just regular real estate photos. And know that drone shots and 360-degree tours are guest favorites nowadays in such a technological world. These have a massive click-through rate percentage increase compared to regular photos, and they usually only cost you between $50 to $100 to add on these type of photos during your regular photo shoot anyways. You probably can even get daytime and twilight photos all in one if the photographer's there long enough and you just add on a little bit extra to it. The next tip in this strategy is you have to use alt text within these photos when you put them up on Airbnb. When I say alt text, I mean going into your photos on your listing and describing what is in the photo. If you have a photo outside and you have a hot tub with a fire pit, go into your photos and type amazing view with a hot tub and fire pit of the countryside or something along those lines. What that does is that is going to push out your photos to the Airbnb algorithm throughout their different categories they have. They have a category that is amazing views. They have one that is considered play, where there's games out. So if you have a game room, have your games out. Put your cornhole games out in the outdoor space photos. Have your games turned on. Have your checkerboard or chess board or whatever kind of games you want to implement out in your photos. The Airbnb AI will pick these up in the photos, even if you don't label them in the alt text, but it makes it way easier if you just label it game room with board games and things that along those lines. Don't forget to fully go through your listing and make sure every single photo has some type of alt text description on it. This leads into the next tip in this strategy is you can even apply for different categories and remove ones that you don't think you fit on Airbnb using the link that I will put on the video below or maybe in the description. They actively promote this link to their host to be able to update the categories that they are in. Honest truth though, they take quite a while to update these things, and I've even heard stories of 7 months and they haven't updated it. I've had a little more luck than some people, but I have heard some bad things about it. It is just a tip, so just try it. And the last tip in this strategy is make sure your listing description is descriptive but easy to read at the same time and digestible. Most people are flying through different properties, looking at listing descriptions, and really just looking for the highlighted sections. Make sure you have bulleted point sections noting that you have fast Wi-Fi, pet friendly, the proximity to different attractions, what kitchen utensils you may have. If you have a pack and play, these things that need to be highlighted for guests, if you have them in a bulleted point list on your description, it's going to make it way easier for guests to digest the information that you're giving to them through the 30 to 40 listings that they're considering. Strategy 3 is a little bit of a hot take. Not everybody agrees with me on this, and I personally don't understand why, because it's free, but you need to leverage social media in 2025. TikTok, Instagram, even Facebook. Facebook is not only so that everyone can tell you happy birthday and that you also can look for random things on Marketplace. It is genuinely a place that people still get a lot of information on and dive into media and content on. If you're not good with this type of content, which I don't expect you to be, then get as much good quality upright vertical cell phone footage as you can, and also work with a videographer one time to maybe pay them to come out and make a ton of content. Get a folder and then go on something like Fiverr or Upwork or some of these AI editing apps that are out there now that are mind-blowing, and hire somebody for relatively cheap to make a bunch of content for you that you can schedule and batch out over different times on your different social medias. You don't have to have some unique treehouse in the middle of nowhere to bring out some really good content creators. If you have a family stay that is a cabin in a nice area or a really nice place downtown that you can highlight locations and amenities, these people would be willing to come stay and make content for you, different levels of how many followers they have or experience depending on how unique your stay is probably. And a lot of the times you either can eat the cleaning fee and have your cleaners clean it and give them the extra work, or you even can get the content creator to pay for it. I personally usually just eat the cleaning fee and get really good content creators in because of that. But you may get overwhelmed with the amount of people that are coming in and your cleaning fee may be really high. So it may be something you need to personally work out with your own property. Have these people collaborate with you on a post on Instagram and tag you in a post on TikTok in exchange for their stay. And I usually try to let them stay between Sunday and Wednesday or Thursday and avoid weekends because those are usually my money-making spots always. You can put QR codes in your unit that people can scan and then will be taken to your social media to follow you and encourage them to post about their stay and tag you in there. The best way to get advertising is to have your guests do it for free or even paying you while they're staying there. Word of mouth is always going to be the most organic way to get people into your place. You can also run Google ads, Meta ads, and all types of other ads to your direct booking site. But we'll get into that in another video. So if you want to know more, let us know in the comments about Google and Meta ads, and I'll make a few videos about that. But Google ads and social media alone have generated about 65% direct bookings for a few of my properties. The fourth strategy is to focus on the guest experience. Get back to what the essence of short-term rentals really is. It is hospitality. Happy guests equal repeat bookings and great reviews. These are the things that can make you stand out in a competitive field, and others are just worried about the amenities arms race that they are competing in. A few special things I like to do for the guest experience is writing handwritten notes. You can write these out in bulk and sign them and then maybe change the guest name for different dates that they're coming in. Leaving these out is always a very cool touch that guests love to see because they see then it's not some big conglomerate behind their short-term rental. Another really cool tip that I got from a host not long ago that I thought was a great use of technology, and she was not a technology buff, is she sees who is coming into her listing, has ChatGPT write song lyrics about them that, she was in Nashville, so she had different people coming in for bachelorette parties and things. She would have ChatGPT write the song lyrics out for her about these guests coming in, something basic and kind of funny and corny almost. And then there's an app that I cannot get. I'm sure you can Google in, lyrics to song app, probably $10 a month. This app would take the song lyrics and put it into an actual song that you could send to the guest. That was just a really cool touch that shows the hospitality side of short-term rentals and why she is continuously booked out every weekend. Guests rave about her place and they consistently send more people to her place to stay in it. You also need to think about the guest as they're arriving. I like to include an in case you forgot basket, which is just small things of like a hotel bulk toothbrush and toothpaste, maybe eye mask, earplugs, makeup wipes, maybe a bag of popcorn. Small things like that will bring the guest experience to another level because in case they forgot one of these things, they don't have to go drive to a store and do it. It's probably going to add on about $50 in expenses to you per month, but if you can bring the word of mouth and the guest reviews even higher, that expense becomes negligible. And the last strategy that is huge for 2025 is marketing off platforms, doing different things besides just relying on the OTAs to bring you in traffic, which are great and have a lot of positives. But when you have your own direct booking website using a property management, something like Hospitable that can help build widgets, or being able to build your direct booking site within their platform, this will allow you to market out to guests to avoid the big fees that come with places like Airbnb. And you also have more control over the guest data as it comes in. This is when you can start collecting emails to run email campaigns. One of my favorite things to do is have a subscription button for my email newsletter that I send out, once or twice a month. I have a 10% off code on my direct booking site that they usually come through Instagram or Google. They'll get on my website and I have it popping up and at the very top of adding in your email to get 10% off your first booking stay with us. Most people that go on your website are not going to book instantly. And besides something like a meta ad pixel, which I'm not getting into this video as well, but is high level too, getting this email is going to be gold for your newsletter going forward, because then you can just continuously market deals, give value in the newsletter to people, and always stay top of mind. You also can use a software and platform like StayFi, which you can have in your unit hooked up to your internet router, and guests will have to give their email to log on to the internet, and you'll be able to collect emails of all the guests that are in your property that way. I am not as big of a fan as this one because I've had some pushback from guests that were a little upset that they had to sign in just to use the internet, and then it's something that you just have to figure out how you want to solve and diffuse the guest basically from being upset about this. I usually have a workaround to tell them, hey, you can just log on this way, it's no worries, just use this password. But it's still a great tool to check into and see if it works well for your place. The bigger your email list, the more you're going to be able to market to people for free. Another way to generate a lot of bookings within your local area is to partner with local companies nearby. I, for one, am near a lake, and I partner with a local jet ski and boat rental company to give a percentage discount to my guests. And in exchange, this company has helped promote my glamping site. So we have a two-way street on that. I do not get a kickback from the jet ski boat rental place, but I know that it adds to my guest experience. They feel more valued being able to get that 10% discount as staying with us. And they also are going to have an elevated experience and have a lot more happy memories in association with my place. If you made it all the way to the end of this video, hit the subscribe button and leave a comment below letting us know you like this type of content. And I think YouTube is suggesting you watch one of these videos right here. See y'all next time.